Tax day may have come and gone, but there's important and beneficial information you need to know about changes made to the child tax credit for 2021. These are good changes, and more taxpayers than ever are eligible for this beneficial and expanded credit. New for 2021, starting this month, in July 2021, more than 36 million American families may be eligible for a monthly advanced child tax credit payment for the remainder of the year. This comes as a result of the American Rescue Plan Act, which was passed back in March 2021. Other beneficial changes to the child tax credit, which is leading to higher eligibility among taxpayers, include the credit amount has near doubled and increased to $3,600 per child for children under the age of 6, and $3,000 for children ages 6 and older. The age limit was also expanded and raised from age 16 to age 17, allowing more children to qualify. And it's now a fully refundable credit. There's no income minimum, meaning you don't have to have any income or income tax liability to qualify to get the full credit. So how will the IRS communicate with me? Well, first, the IRS determines if you're eligible for this advanced monthly payment based on your most recent federal filed tax return, most likely for tax year 2020 or 2019. However, non-filers may use the new IRS portal at irs.gov to register if they've not filed a tax return and don't have to. You'll receive a letter in the mail from the IRS detailing what you should expect. These first letters, letters 6416 and 6416A, were mailed starting at the beginning of June and inform taxpayers of their eligibility to receive the advanced child tax credit payments. You may have already received this letter, but if not, be watching in the mail for them soon. Eligible taxpayers will receive a second letter, which is expected to be mailed in early July, that outlines the amount and the dates of each monthly payment. There'll be a third and final letter issued no later than January 31st, 2022, and it'll provide the total amount of the advanced child tax credit payments received by the taxpayer during 2021. Now, it's important to keep all of these letters with your tax records, as you'll probably need them to file your 2021 tax return. What if you don't file income taxes and have no tax liability? Well, if a taxpayer was not required to file a tax return during these last 2 years, but believes they're still eligible for the advanced monthly payments, they can use the new IRS NonFiler tool on the Advanced Child Tax Credit 2021 page at irs.gov. There they'll register to get the eligible child tax credit payments. So who is eligible for the advanced child tax credit? Well, any taxpayer with a qualifying dependent who lived with them for more than half the year might be eligible. And while there are other requirements to be eligible for the advanced monthly child credit payments, generally, taxpayers must have filed a 2019 or 2020 tax return and claimed the child tax credit on that tax return. Or if they didn't file a tax return, there's that new non-filer tool that I just spoke of, where you'll complete some data there. Those who used the non-filer tool last year to claim stimulus checks don't need to use this tool now, and should be fine, unless something changed. And you can update any changes on some other IRS portals we'll just talk about. There are no changes to the original general dependent rules, and an individual must also meet a few other requirements to be a qualifying child to be eligible for the child tax credit. Generally, they must have a Social Security number, be under the age of 18 at the end of 2021, and they must be related to the taxpayer or have legal guardianship. And there are a few other requirements and considerations. So check out the full list of requirements for the child tax credit on our website at jacksonhewitt.com. What are the 2021 child tax credit income limits? Well, as I mentioned, there's not a minimum income requirement to claim this credit, but there are maximum income limits to receive the full credit amount. Earn too much, and you might not get the full credit. To be eligible for the full credit, taxpayers must have less than a certain amount of income. For those married filing jointly, it's $150,000. Single filers, it's $75,000. And for head of household, that's unmarried with a dependent, it's $112,500. Also, there's some higher income limits for the old child tax credit, which is still in place if you don't qualify for any of these new credit amounts. So how much will the payments be? The maximum amount of payment per month is up to $300 for each child under 6 and $250 for each child 6 and older. Eligible filers will only receive half of the total child tax credit in the form of these advance payments. Eligible filers will be able to claim the other half of the credit when they file their 2021 income tax return. It's also important to know that eligible filers will be required to reconcile these advance payments on their 2021 tax return at tax time. And if filers receive more than they're eligible for, they may have to repay the credit when they file their tax return. When a taxpayer's income is below a certain amount, they might be eligible to not repay the excess amount. So check out the safe harbor details at our website at jacksonhewitt.com. When will the child credit advance payments start to be made? Well, the IRS announced that they will begin making monthly payments soon, and eligible taxpayers will receive their monthly payments on the 15th of each month unless it falls on the weekend, and that starts on July 15. Can I update how you receive monthly payments? Well, if you need to update any of your information, the IRS currently has 3 portals for the child tax credit. One, as I mentioned, will allow non-filers to register. One will allow taxpayers to opt out if they don't want to participate, and the other will allow taxpayers to check their eligibility for the credit. So if you're worried about having to pay back any advance credit, know this. You can opt out and get all of your credit when you file your 2021 tax returns. So talk to a trusted tax pro to make sure you're making the right decision for you and your family. Future upgrades to the IRS portals will allow even more functionality, where taxpayers will be able to enter updated addresses if they moved, for example. They'll be able to enter updated direct deposit or bank information if their bank information changed. They'll be able to add or subtract qualifying children, including those born in 2021 or adopted in 2021. You'll be able to report a change in your marital status, a change in income, and other changes that might have happened to you. We, along with the IRS, will keep you up to date with more information about this topic and improvements to the IRS portals in the coming weeks. If you need more information, now's the time to work with an experienced, trusted tax pro at Jackson Hewitt, because we know all about the child credit, the old credit and the new. Find a local office at jacksonhewitt.com and make sure you like this video and subscribe to our channel for even more tax tips.